And this is the Warrior Profile update for patch 7.1, and a lot of things went into this one. I kind of reworked it from the ground up to make sure it works with the current build, which for arms, as you see right now, is mostly just spamming Mortal Strikes when you get them. A few changes took place. Focused Rage now has an icon on top, like from a previous build, but now it will show you when it is an ideal time to cast it, depending on your rage and what else is happening. I moved the the Colossal Smash icon to the left there, so it's easier to see exactly how much time is left, and a Shattered Defense icon will appear on the right if you have the artifact weapon equipped. I also went ahead and put in a few conditions for a lot of these icons depending on what legendaries you have equipped, since there are a few things that change the rotation. But generally speaking, everything is here so that you can go ahead and cast whatever it tells you in the center of your screen without any worries, and it should overall function a little smoother and just work out a little better and more closely to what people are doing in higher tier raids and everything else in between. And as you can see, there is two icons there, one for when the buff is active and one for when it's just telling you what to do. But yeah, so arms overall received a minor overhaul just so that it works smoother and plays a little bit cleaner than it did before. Fury had a similar treatment. I went ahead and redid the rotation for this one as well, again from the ground up. So what you should see is that Fury functions again, smoother and just more accurate to what you should be pressing. There were some issues before with how and when you should be using Rampage and also your executes. Those have been addressed here. You'll find that I also moved the Enrage tracker to the left there with a number so it's easier to follow, and there will also be a Meat Cleaver icon appearing on the right so you can track when you have the buff up and for how long. And a few other tweaks. I made it so that Whirlwind will no longer show after you consume the buff, generally, this is, again, just working a little cleaner, a little smoother. Everything should pop up appropriately, and there should be very little downtime between abilities. What you should see overall is an increase in DPS using this newer profile versus the previous one by around 10%, you should feel that you're pressing the right buttons when you should be pressing them. That said, again, I did put the artifact ability into the... Actually, I didn't even mention this. I put the artifact ability into both trees, as you see there. So you'll go ahead and see the artifact ability pop up under certain conditions for both Arms and Fury. Otherwise, you can go ahead and turn that off and just follow the tracker on the left. That's for both specs. And the biggest addition to this profile is the protection tree. I went ahead and implemented an entire prot system. And like the other profiles, it will track major cooldowns, but Prot actually does have a sort of a rotation. They have 3 spells which they could cast on a single target with relative consistency, so that will be tracked in the center. But as you see, I have both the Ignore Pain and the Shield Block trackers on the left and right, as well as all major cooldowns tracked. Everything should be centralized for you, so it's easier to follow, and Absorbs, again, are there central for you. And your Ignore Pain will show you exactly how much damage that Ignore Pain is going to absorb as soon as you use it. Other buffs and other things from talents will all change as you choose them, and overall the rotation is there for you so you can get an easy time running into Prot and being able to follow what you need to. Just show you a couple other things. As you can see, that's what it looks like when it's all opened up. It's actually quite condensed, and there's actually a focused rage tracker on the left there, which I didn't show. I'll show you that right now. Focused rage for Prot works a little differently than the other specs. It increases the damage of your shield slam by 50%, again stacks to 3 times, and when you have it used, it'll show you the stacks on the left just so it's easier for you to track. But yeah, so this should be a profile for any warrior, just to hop right in and get used to it. And like the other Death Knight and Paladin profiles, I did go ahead and put toggles on for all 3 specs, so you can go ahead and turn off whichever ones you don't want to use. But yeah, that'll finish up this video. I hope you guys like what you see, and I will catch you guys later.